When I started using Linux as my main operating system, this is what I expected to happen. But this is what actually happened. Linux is a free open source operating system. If you clicked on this video, chances are you already know what it is, so we don't need to dwell on it. If you've used a Mac or Windows most of your life like I have, you'll be in for a surprise if you decide to switch to Linux. As a beginner to programming, this is like attempting a 5-mile hike after being a couch potato for years. As with everything, Linux has its pros and cons. I want to start this video on a positive note, so let's start with the pros. Problem solving. If your problem solving skills need some fine-tuning, look no further. I sometimes miss the luxury of my operating system just working. However, I'm grateful to Linux for helping me add some more wrinkles to my brain. If you run into an error, you're most likely not the only one. There's a big community of Linux users out there. Just ask the almighty Google if you get stuck. Familiarity with the command line. You'll be using the command line frequently for installing packages and solving errors. Over time, you'll find yourself using it for everything, from creating files to accessing your web browser.
That's not even scary. What's so scary about that?
This practice does make the blackboard less scary. Customizability. My favorite pro about Linux is that it's highly customizable. You can even choose your own graphical user interface. How cool is that? With Linux, you don't have to deal with programs that aren't strictly necessary. That's enough raving about Linux. Let's talk about the not so positive sides. Everything is customizable. Customizability can also be a con. Choosing your own GUI can be very overwhelming at first for beginners. I was very confused at first until I realized that I had to install my own. When I started using Linux as my main operating system, this is what I expected to happen. But this is what actually happened. Compatibility issues. The most frustrating issues with Linux are the many compatibility problems that you might run into. For example, if you're into video production, I do not recommend Linux. The video editing software that you use may have a version for Linux, but it doesn't mean that it'll run as expected. Oh, and you might also have to convert your raw footage into a different format in order for your editing program to process it. Since I'm learning programming and making YouTube videos, dual booting has been the best option for me. I refuse to spend more time resolving video production issues than coding. If you're considering using Linux, check the description box below for some helpful links on how to install it. If you're already using it, what are the pros and cons that you can share with us? Let me know in the comment section. Linux may have its issues, but I actually enjoy using it. I started using it on a virtual machine, but now I decided to install it permanently on my computer. As I've mentioned previously, there are many resources online that can help you with the web of issues that you might run into. For now, I'd rather continue dual booting than using a different operating system for my programming needs. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone else who might find it useful. Until next time.